Hey guys, my name is Melissa, and today I wanted to talk to you about all of my piercings. I have 15 piercings in total, and I kind of wanted to go through each one, ranking it from least painful to most painful and kind of showing my experiences with them. I am a piercing addict, and I love getting piercings. I've actually run out of places to get more, so it's been a while since my last one. I have a lot or enough to share. So I wanted to show you how I got all of my piercings and my stories behind them. So my first piercings were my very bottom lobe ones. My mom actually got them for me when I was only a few months old because she wanted to make sure the world knew that I was a girl. And I didn't have a lot of hair, so they were a little bit crooked. I obviously don't remember anything about the experience, but I do know that I loved wearing earrings growing up and just having really cute little crystals and diamonds on my lobes, and I felt really feminine and girly, and I used to really like that at the time. After that, I got my second piercings on my lobes. I was about 9 years old, and I begged my mom for it because I really wanted the extra little bling on my ears. My mom had her second ones pierced also, and so I looked at her thinking that it was really cool, and they are still really cool. We went to Claire's and I got those. I think I got the third ones when I was 22. It was just really random when I was just bored with my roommate, and I was like, hey, do you want to get piercings at Claire's? And she's like, sure, why not? So we went to get our third piercings there. I would recommend that the lobe piercings are probably the only places you'd want to go to Claire's to get. Everything else I've gotten from a tattoo shop or a pierce parlor. So they use the correct needles and everything is really sterilized, and it's just better for your cartilage. Instead of potentially shattering your cartilage, they're just piercing through with a straight needle, and it's a lot quicker and less painful as well. I want to say the next least painful one is my rook. Is this a rook? That little flap right inside your ear. This was really not as painful as I thought it was going to be, just because it feels like a really thick layer. For some reason, for me, my experience, I didn't feel pain at all, and so I didn't mind that at all, but I have had no problems with it. I think I had a ring before, but then I just traded it to a stud because I just like the look of a stud better on that piece, and because I have a lot on this ear anyway, and so I just wanted to keep it really simple. That piercing right there has been one of the easier cartilage piercings that I've had because I just didn't have any troubles with it. I will say that I think I did develop a little bump on it, and I think that's just from not cleaning it really well, so make sure you clean that area really well. When I put in earphones, I think that's the only problem I have when I have to shift the piercing forward so that it doesn't get in the way of sticking my earbud in. But other than that, it's really not painful at all, and I really enjoyed that piercing. It's just like a nice little touch. Going to the more painful ones, I will say, is the cartilage piercings and the nose piercing. I knew that one was going to be painful because everyone just says that you're going to tear up in that area, and just because it reacts in your nose, so it feels like you're kind of sneezing and crying at the same time. That's what I felt, and I didn't think that it was super unbearable because, I don't know, it lasts a minute or two, and then after that it's just kind of like, whoa, you get your nose pierced now. It's a big commitment. I definitely think because it's on your face and everyone's going to see it. I never thought I would get a face piercing, but that's the only one that I decided was worth getting, so I got that, and I love it. I've had it for, I don't know, I want to say 5 years or something, and I've never regretted it at all. My belly button, I got this one when I was 17, and I really wanted it my junior year of high school, so I had my mom and my best friend come with me. It was, again, at a pierce parlor. I just laid back, and they used this little clamp to put over your little belly button flap, and then they stick the needle through it. I didn't feel any pain at all, actually. It went by really quickly. It was just kind of like, boop. And I only felt the clamp mostly. I think that's what it is. I don't really recall feeling the needle pierce through. If anything, I just felt the pressure. Moving on to my cartilage piercings, I got my first cartilage piercing, I think it's on this ear, when I was probably 18, 19. I do remember this one was really difficult to sleep on. It just felt hot right after I got it pierced. And I just remember thinking, oh, I'm never going to be able to sleep on this side again. Other than that, it was totally easy to care for. I just made sure to use salt water all the time because it will develop those little bumps. So I just made sure to clean it often and a lot with salt water. The same with these guys too. So I got this one first, and then I decided to get these two, I believe. And again, I went to a pierce parlor and I just got those. Didn't sleep on them for a while. There's that. So this brings me to the most painful one, and that one is the tragus piercing right here. I really just liked the look of it. I thought it was so badass, and I loved the little spikes that you could get, which is what I have now. This was the most painful because I feel like my ear was so hot for the entire day after I got it. I just remember thinking I didn't even want to go near it. I didn't want to touch it or anything because it was just so painful. Piercing number 14 and 15 are my nipples, and I got these when I was 23, maybe. I think I was probably 23. The piercings happened when I went to California and I was just hanging out. My cousin and I were bored and we were like, hey, should we get our nipples pierced? And we're like, sure. So we went to a pierce parlor again. I think these were the most expensive ones as well. I think it was $90 for both of them, something like that, which is kind of ridiculous for piercings. But then again, I'm like, whatever, I've had them for so long, so I don't even care anymore. It's just one of those things. I've had them for a couple years now, and I've never had problems with it. My cousin has had problems. I've never had problems with it. I just made sure to clean it, again, really, really well, because that's an area that you just don't want to fuck with. I remember laying down, and they use these little clamps, and then, which already feels really uncomfortable in itself because you're topless laying there and this person's hovering over you with these giant metal tools. And then she told me to breathe in, breathe out, and just jams it in there. Ooh, it was a different feeling. It literally feels like a needle is just stabbing through your boob, and don't remember it being excruciatingly painful. It was obviously bearable. I think my only reaction was just like, after that, you're just really scared to like put her seatbelt on, put her shirt on, put her bra on or anything. It's just kind of like tender. Next couple days, it's still a little tender. But after that, it was so easy to just free myself. I wanted to show my friends. It's my little secret. Those are my 15 piercings and my experiences going through them from least painful to most painful. Let me know if you guys have piercings, which one was your most painful. I want to get more piercings. I just don't know where I would get them. Let me know what your favorite piercing is and what I should do next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.